know that this is the packaging that literally came in the mail. So I think, if I'm correct, there's another box within this box.
Oh, so you're going to be unboxing a box to get to the box to unbox.
Yes.
Got it. So just to give everybody, more context to what's going on, even though I've got my Samsung Galaxy S23 on pre-order, it's not set to arrive. I haven't even received any kind of email or update about the delivery, apart from knowing that it's coming in theoretically 10 days. That's the official date for at least the US. So on February 17th. But Lockdown Adam had suggested that hey, he's potentially getting his early, 10 days early, and I'm kind of like, hey, we've got this Locker Gnome Live thing happening. If y'all get new products that I'm not necessarily getting, or maybe you're getting them ahead of time, it'd be fun to kind of unbox together in the live experience. So we're doing that. He's going to be unboxing his Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra live, and that is I feel the best way to contextualize what it is that we're trying here, because otherwise I'd have to wait another 10 days to do my unboxing. So I don't know, this has got to be one of the first live unboxings of this device? I don't know.
So. I think so.
Something like that. All right. You are upgrading from, you said it's a Note 20?
Yes, the Note 20 Ultra.
And you're using a Samsung Galaxy S9 to actually record or stream in your...
This is a S9 webcam, at your suggestion to use a phone as a webcam, and it's an absolute godsend.
Told you. It works really, really well.
So if my math is correct, this phone is filming the unboxing of its great grandchild. Something
like that. All right, so yeah, feel free to have at it.
Rightio.
In the box,
a huge Samsung logo brick in here.
No, I can't imagine. That's too. It's too professional there.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. They're using like a camera lens type of icon. I saw that at the top of the box too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all about the cameras.
It's all about the camera this generation, definitely. I'm just checking if there's anything else.
Which makes sense. And you're in a low resolution, just so you know. You're not like super high resolution. But wow, they gave you the full-on experience.
Yeah. I've got it as high res as I could get it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. What I'm saying is, if there are any like details, like
sorry,
make it a little fudgy. But here's what I can do. We've got the request. Can we zoom in a bit? For sure. What we'll do is throw you over here, and then do this, and then also bring in Iran, who's doing some 3D modeling work on his Android device, streaming it into his PC. As long as his PC is cooperating. I'm not sure it wasn't doing well earlier. All right, go for it.
Rightio. I hope everyone's happy with this bit. Everyone read through this bit.
Hopefully, is it in there?
Let's hope it is in there.
Oh!
One moment.
Is it?
I think it is. One moment.
Are you It's got to be heavy enough for it. Oh my god, this would be the biggest epic
This
curl.
would be really embarrassing, but I'm fairly certain it's in here.
Is it heavy enough to be in there? Okay, okay.
It's in there. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. I was like, there's no freaking way they'd send you that box. God, that would be the world's... oh my god.
It would have been not great, especially from the point of view of the stream. By the way,
okay.
This is my first time receiving a phone without a charger in it.
Oh, but you've got to have like tons of other chargers, I'd assume.
I do, yes. I get why they're doing it. It's just that the box looks like... that's why I wondered if it was in there, because the box is so thin.
Yeah. Nice, stylish. This is a more professional unboxing than I usually do it. I don't really do the overhead cam. I probably should, admittedly. Yeah. So this is the Note 20. That's got to be a few years old now. 2-3 years old.
If I'm correct, I think I got that in August of 2020.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. 20. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to see a big speed difference, a big speed bump compared to let's say me moving from an S22 Ultra to an S23 Ultra, speed-wise.
Yeah. And the cameras, and what's interesting is it has, even though it's slightly, I think it's the same size as the Note, it has a bigger battery, which is the main thing I was after for sure.
And I was just reading, there's a possibility, whether it's going to come in a software update or what have you, of the there being a power pass-through, bypassing the battery, if you have it connected to a cable, and let's say you're playing games or what have you, keeping the device from potentially overheating.
Oh, that's cool.
The film is being removed.
Yeah.
I'm so I'm this close.
Do you know what, Chris? I can't believe how similarly like size this is to my Note.
Well, it's really the successor to the Note series, right?
So, I mean, that's so close that it may well fit in this case.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no wonder they stopped with the Note and have gone to the Ultra. I mean, if only because you've got the S Pen in there, and that was really the thing. Apart from the screen size, that was the thing that made the Note was specifically the S Pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. All right, that was a good side by side. Because I haven't had a Note for. I had one as a tester device eons ago, but nothing contemporaneous.
I noticed in the small things, and this may be different for you, but in the boot screen they have removed the model number. Not sure if you see that on the S22. Do you still see the model number there?
I didn't. I'm not sure. I never pay attention to that, oddly enough. But you've had a high refresh screen, yeah, on your Note, so you're used to that.
The Note had, I believe, a 120 Hz screen. I'm pretty sure.
You'd know. I think you'd know.
Okay. I think this is the part where we need to.
Wow, that was a fast jump to setup.
That was extremely fast. I'm not expecting to get there quite as quick as that.
Well, it makes sense that they give you that option up front versus having you connect to the network before doing it.
Wow, look at, I've not even touched anything.
Wow. So it's got to be what the connecting through, obviously wireless in some capacity.
Probably, well, that's disconnect. Do you reckon that's NFC maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, NFC.
So as soon as I pulled it away,
I would say Bluetooth, but maybe
it disconnected.
NFC makes sense if you were that close and it did that.
Yeah.
Because the last time I did a transfer, I went from the S21 to the S22, and it had me. I don't remember jumping into setup that quickly, at all, and it had me connect the USB cable to another USB cable to the old phone. I remember doing it that way. I don't remember it being that fast on setup, so that has to be a new update.
I mean, that's really impressive, because I'm fairly certain that when I went from the S9 to the Note, it was a bit of hassle to do that. But here, I think I'm like 5 or 6 taps in, and we're already transferring data.
Yeah. And I can't imagine, being that close. I wonder what the speed of the data transfer is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's restart.
Oh, it has to restart.
Yes, I think it may need a SIM card transfer here.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, the phones still come with a SIM card.
Yes.
Like that they haven't gone full on. Wait, hang on. Now you see. Oh, it says powered by Knox. I see. I was looking at the splash screen there.
I'm certain that when I restart this phone, it says the full model number across the middle, so that's new.
See, I don't remember that. At least in recent reboots, it's just been Samsung Galaxy. For me, I do pay attention, just maybe not as.
I mean, how often do you restart your phone?
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I hope improves is just this is a speedy restart. That's why I want always want a faster phone, is just faster restarts, because when it happens, you want it to be. What I'll be
Didn't-
interested in knowing. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry. I was going to say, didn't you mention that they have given this phone a significant speed bump for storage?
Yeah, they've moved from UFS 3.1 to UFS 4.0 as a standard, so that should help with battery life. It should theoretically also help, like anytime like you're doing a sequential read and write operations. So potentially even launching of apps might be faster as well.
I'm interested to see that.
Because a lot of your animations are probably going to be really similar. See, now I wonder if it's transferred over in this process, whether or not it's transferred over like wireless settings, like so you don't have to go in and re-enter all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff I had to do before.
It did. I've got a
So you're
Wi-Fi
on-
connection.
Okay, you're on Wi-Fi then.
Yeah. Choose an option below to insert a SIM or to get connected. I'm assuming this phone still has a SIM card slot. That's actually worrying me a little bit.
No, it does. There would have been a stink raised about it. There would have been a huge stink raised. So
Okay, one moment.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay, I was about to get worried if I had to call my cell provider here
No.
because that would have been awkward at, what are we, 8 o'clock at night.
Here's the telltale sign if it comes with the SIM ejector tool. Yeah, see, there's
Oh,
so it does come with a cable. It doesn't come with a charger.
Yeah, so I've got a cable. That's nice.
Makes sense they send the cable. And no SIM ejector tool though, huh?
Yeah, getting slightly worried. I do hope.
No, dude, there's no way.
I do hope that that's
would've
just
been-
not a micro SD card slot or something, is it?
No. There hasn't been micro SD in ages.
Okay. One moment.
That's why I have paper clips and I save all my SIM ejector tools too.
Yeah, it should. It does. I'm genuinely surprised that it's not come with one. No, there is no SIM. Okay, one moment. Let me grab the Note 20 box.
What the heck?
Is anyone able to confirm that? No SIM ejector. Exactly. Imagine if this is your first phone.
Am I the only one hearing an alarm going off?
An alarm? Is that coming from me?
No, it's not. I'm hearing. What the? Swear to God, I'm hearing something. What the?
Aha. Here we go. Good job I didn't throw the box away.
Was it in there?
This isn't from my Note 20.
What? Where am I? Okay. Oh, I know what it is. I know what I'm hearing. Sorry. It's the oh, how am I gonna do this? Oh, here's how I'm gonna do it. It's the countdown timer.
Oh.
Okay. I had a countdown timer for so I don't know if everybody in recording this demo was hearing the alarm going off. But it was my countdown time because we had the countdown, as we were waiting to see what was happening. I'm like, where's this countdown timer coming from? It was the countdown timer I set in the other scene in OBS. So here's the funny thing. I don't know if it was captured in the actual recording because I'm using OBS to capture the StreamYard broadcast. That's why I was like, does anybody else hear that? I wasn't seeing the meters move up and down, but...
Was anyone able to hear it on stream? That's the question.
No, there's no way. It would have been local. Now we'll find out as soon as this video's done and recorded. We'll find out whether or not the device captured it. And I don't think it did because it's just set to StreamYard capture, which is, I think, just the source, not the desktop.
Okay.
That's a wild... I was wondering, is that a skin on the back of your...
Yes. This is it's very
First
old.
I thought you took it back. What? Or you took
No,
it back?
it's very discoloured and quite old. But because
Yeah.
I had this on it since new. But this is just a wrap from D brand.
That's nice. I like those types of skins.
Yeah. The one interesting note. I don't know if this is like this for you on your phone, Chris, but they've swapped the SIM card slot from the top to the bottom.
Interesting. Now I think I've always been or have been. I think it's still bottom. I don't know if I don't remember it being on top.
No?
Microphone is at top. That's the thing I'm always nervous about, and I triple check it because I did this once, making sure I'm putting the SIM card ejector tool in the right hole, because I've popped the microphone before.
Yeah, I think I've done that on an old iPhone.
It was an Android device. I can't remember, but I just popped it in. I'm like, wait a minute, why is the tray not ejecting? Oh, because that's not that kind of hole. So is it still transferring other data minus the SIM?
I think it really wanted the SIM to be in there first.
Okay, for the next one.
Yes. Okay, hopefully this is going to continue here. Okay.
You know, see, there you go. So copying data. So it's getting initial stuff, and then it's asking whether or not you want to connect it by way of a cable or the cable. There's the cable connector.
There's a question. I have Wi-Fi 6 here. Would it be quicker over wireless or cable? I'd like to get the chat's input here.
See, I'd imagine it'd be cable. I mean, I
still think cable?
I'd go cable every time.
You go cable?
For packet loss but that's me. That's what I would probably go with. I mean, you've got the cable there, and that way you don't have to worry about it, because you never know with wireless. They always say, wireless, the cable will be Dan says wireless.
Wow.
Because the cable would be limited to USB 2, but Glendon says the cable. Wireless is device-device direct. It's up to you. You can go wireless, it might be faster. Device to device.
Wireless 100%. Okay.
Yeah, wireless 100%. All right, well, it's not going to hurt. It knows.
Is it? I don't suppose anyone can answer this one. Is the port on the Samsung devices limited to USB 2 like Apple's is?
See, I think it might be, but I don't know. I don't know the speed of the USB port.
Because if that is the case, the chat would absolutely be right about wireless being faster.
Well, with wireless, you don't have to be tethered, and you can charge separately.
Okay. Let's do that just in case. Well, how is the battery here? We're 46%. You know what? I'm going to take a punt. Let's go wireless.
And I think as long as you have Smart Switch installed.
Smart Switch. Do I have that? I do.
That's one thing that I install, but I don't. I toggle everything, right? Like, because it'll transfer. I'm always careful because I use different backup methods. Like photos, I don't transfer photos because they're backed up differently. Otherwise, I end up getting duplicates. I usually, a lot of the stuff that it transfers over, I just work with a clean slate, typically. Everyone uses their phone differently, though.
There's also one thing that I'd like to try on the new one, was the God Mode app that you mentioned. Because I've never used that before.
Have you not used Good Lock before?
I've never used it. Never.
Oh my God. You're about to have a whole new experience then. Like, not just in terms of speed and fluidity, which I can't imagine. Like, things are gonna be more fluid, right? Moving from a Note 20 to an S23 Ultra is a leap. That's 3 generations removed. And I would say that, I mean, again, I am looking for people with experience with going from the S22 Ultra to the S23 Ultra to know whether or not it is palpable. From what I can tell, from what I've read online, like, people have said, yes, it's definitely different. It's a little snappier. So I think you're going to find a lot more snappiness. Is it going?
I don't know. Searching for new devices using high frequency audio. Wow.
What?
Yeah. Do you know what? I can hear that.
Really?
Wow. That is absolutely bizarre. I can honestly say I've never experienced that before. I don't know whether it's the Note or the new phone, but there is like the sort of noise that people use to deter rodents.
Yeah.
That sort of noise.
Do you hear any dogs barking in the back?
I can't say I do. Oh, there we go. I think they're talking to each other.
Did they go? Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Lovely.
Oh, that's pretty
That was absolutely a bizarre experience.
Wow.
I wonder if anyone else has ever seen that before.
Oh, by the way, Rob notes it's a 3.1, but defaults to 2.0 for this for some reason.
Okay.
Is that a compatibility thing? Yeah.
Is that a limitation of my old phone, maybe?
No, I don't think so. Oh, well, it could be to go to the lowest common denominator.
Okay.
because you'd have to have equal speeds on both sides. This is good to know because I'll go and do the wireless transfer myself.
Okay, I'll note that just said 27 minutes to transfer my data. If you wanted to pause the recording, maybe.
If you've got, well, I mean that's the this is, I mean, it's probably just a you know, the whole unboxing thing was it. And we'll get to first impressions certainly, but I guess my question then is, what was the primary reason you went from, because the Note 20, obviously you've been with it for a while, what was the reason you decided to upgrade to this one in particular? What was the driver?
The main driving force was battery. The battery on this is getting a bit dated now, and the main thing that's convinced me is the 22 and the 23 have actually got a bigger battery than the Note. The other side of it would definitely have to be the camera. The camera is getting a bit tired on the old Note 20, and I've noticed that even in just like the picture that I sent you earlier for the box. I was just thinking to myself, I'm certain that this would look better.
Oh, guaranteed. Like I even in the test that I've seen between the S22 and the S23 were dramatic. I will say I'd have to go back and rewatch my video that I did between the S21 and the S22, but I remember there being minor improvements, not like, but not, you know, night and day types of improvements, at least in the camera, between the S21 and the S22. That was less of a bigger upgrade, at least for me. So part of, you know, the storage capacity, right, the 5,000 milliamp hour battery, it's not just the capacity, it's also your software optimizations. You know, whether that's Samsung software optimizations, or like even other components within the device itself. So as I had mentioned, Samsung moving to the faster storage option, going with UFS 4.0, really some of the first devices with it, over UFS 3.1, you're getting more efficient storage, which saves battery. You already had a relatively efficient screen, you know, in terms of how it manages refresh rate and brightness, but it's all those small things that add up, and so they're able to potentially give you bigger gains even without changing, let's say, battery life, or not battery life, battery size, right, or battery capacity. So sometimes the battery capacity does not tell all the story. It's like a spec sheet, right? It's like looking and saying, oh, this camera has a 12 megapixel, you know, you can take 12 megapixel images. Well, that's a spec. Like, how many camera phones do you know take 12 megapixel images? Well, you've seen garbage 12 megapixel shots, and you've seen wonderful 12 megapixel shots. So that's where you just cannot get caught up in the workaday stuff. The only thing transferred your wallpaper there, getting your apps.
Wow. Is that done?
No, it's still got to download everything. It's basically downloaded, I think, pointers potentially to the apps.
Right, I was going to say, it definitely said 27 minutes ago. 27 minutes when just a second ago there.
It may be a full for the full restoration.
Okay.
You probably got like Google app updates going on in the background.
Yeah,
what have you.
That's true. That's true.
The only thing that I wish... What's that?
I was going to say, I wonder if the Android version on here is up to date. I wonder how long these phones have been sitting in a factory somewhere.
Yeah, not that. I think these ship with the latest One UI 5.1, and so you're going to have Android, 13?
Yes.
I wish, and I don't know, maybe this will happen at some point in the future, but I wish that it was more seamless to get everything over. This is one thing that I think Apple has done very well, is, you know, having to relog into everything, like getting the account set up. I wish that was a little more seamless than it is, but, you know, I guess I can't complain too loudly. Yeah, feel free to take it off screen when you need to take it off screen.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Some things appear to be transferred. I wonder if the restart just botched the transfer. I wouldn't have thought. You'd like to think.
Who knows what they're doing? One overlooked spec for battery is the reception. Difficult to quantify, but better reception helps with battery life drastically. Right, because you don't have a lot of retries, right? It's like anytime it has to retry something, that's an issue. Didn't even think of that. See, again, all these things add up. All of them add up.
Interesting. No SIM eject at all. I'm just going to double check that it's not in there. I'm going to triple check this time.
Well, it's kind of like almost like if that was the case, it's like removing the
Oh,
the was it in there? Oh, there it is.
it's in there.
It was a sleeper.
Yeah, it's hiding. So if anyone's getting this phone, it's in here.
Yeah.
Wow, for a quick start guide, that is a lot of pages.
Well, I think you kind of know everything that's been happening with it.
Oh, sorry, it's languages. Right, that makes sense.
Right. So yeah, I'll be interested. Like, there's probably some things you'll be able to do with it immediately to know whether or not it feels. I mean, of course, pictures. Taking pictures, representative samples.
I assume it's going to let me do that while it's transferring, right?
You should be able to. It should be usable at this point. The fact that you were able to get in the lock screen, see your launcher. Good lock, you need to get. That is the one thing that I recommend. In fact, I should probably do. I'm going to do a video on this. A little short video. Shorts.
Whoa. What is
Good
that?
lock. What's that?
Oh, so okay. I don't know whether this is something new or something, but swiping to the left brings up Google Home or Google Now. Is that?
Oh, you couldn't do that, but you can turn that on or off.
No.
Okay, long press your home screen. Or like the top, not the bottom, but like the middle and an empty wallpaper or something. An empty. Okay, then swipe over. You should be able to choose either between I think Samsung Free and Google, or turn that off altogether. So that's it. That'll be a toggle.
Oh, it's Google Discover. Sorry, not Google Now.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
They used to be Google Now, but they changed it. So yeah, you can. That's how you would turn that on or off.
Right.
I have it on too.
Do you know what? This feels so smooth.
I told you it should be so much snappier.
Wow.
So, see how fast can you get into the camera by double tapping the power button? That's pretty fast.
You're in.
That's pretty quick. I don't know, how that would compare to, contemporary. And feel free when you get this, feel free to post the images that you're getting over on Discord, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see here. Suggestion general. I'm looking for a good room for it. Mail calls and hauls. Maybe we'll put it in there. Because it is kind of a mail call. You did get that. Or maybe even set it in Cantina. Maybe in Cantina, post something and then do a thread so that the photos get posted in the thread rather than the main Cantina room. That'd be great. I'd like to see some sample shots. Personally, me. Quick start with 900 pages, no doubt. Mossop says, also low signal will bump up the output RF power to look for one.
A native 200 megapixel picture. We can do that.
Yes.
Did you mention, Chris, that you need the Pro app for that?
No. Pro app will allow you to shoot in RAW, but you should be able to tap in the camera app at the top. You've got your various megapixel options. Choose whatever. It probably says defaults to 12. If you tap that, then 200 would be like probably far.
Yes. Oh wow. Okay, so this is going to be quite a difference to the other two pictures.
So yeah, see, I'm moving from the previous gen. I'm moving from the S22 to the S23, so I'm a little more familiar with. Oh, this is where this would be, and this is where that would be. I'm not expecting too many usability changes moving from one to the other. I'm more interested in the snappiness. Now, if you have run into an issue with shutter lag, what GoodLock will enable you to do, and it's free, it's in the Samsung App Store. What GoodLock will enable you to do is effectively download the Camera Assistant module, and in the Camera Assistant module, you have the option to toggle faster shutter, and then that's a dynamic change. It says speed up the shutter by capturing fewer frames. This may decrease picture quality, so that's the caveat, right? If you can live with the shutter lag, you should live with the shutter lag. 12 megapixel to 200 is a huge increase. It is. My question is, because when I shot in the 100 megapixel on the S23 Ultra, I gotta tell you, I wasn't that impressed. I really wasn't. I didn't find the details to be any better in terms of my use case. In fact, I found many of them worse. So I never shot in 100 megapixel, ever. The camera that I use the most probably is not even the main shooter. the camera I use most is the 3x lens. And I use that most because in my toy photography shots, like with my light box, I find I get the best zoom for what I'm doing and the best sharpness for that kind of scene. I don't use my main shooter for that. Or at least the macro or the closer shots, or the toy photography shots. Rarely do I use the main shooter. If only for distortion too, minimizing the distortion, because I'm up close on something. Like specifically a toy or an object or a 3D print, right? So yeah, open something that you would normally open, that you're used to, running data. I mean, if it's downloaded yet, I don't know. Something that you would normally do. Chrome,
I'm still waiting for a couple of things.
Yeah, I bet. Like something that you would normally launch into, just to kind of get a feel, because your internet, and I don't mean like your bandwidth, but web pages should be snappier. And for the ultimate snappy web pages, my recommendation remains Samsung Internet Browser. It is better than Chrome.
Really?
Not just because, not just because it has. I mean, yes, you do lose the synchronization that you would have with Google Chrome. And Google Chrome is going to be installed by default, just like the internet browser is installed by default. But my two big problems with Google Chrome on Android. One, I have no ability to run a native ad blocker. That's a problem, because especially when you're mobile, it lags web pages like you would not believe. Then two, the second big issue that I have with it is specifically fluidity and scrolling, and that might have been mitigated somewhat with the faster processor. That remains to be seen, because of course I'll run it through its paces personally, because I've seen this judder. This is the problem I have with iOS. Different kind of scrolling problem, but Samsung Internet, and even the beta, I run the beta, it is more fluid in scrolling. The Samsung Internet beta, more fluid in scrolling by far.
Okay, let's give that a test then. So I've just loaded msn.com and scrolled. Let's go over to Samsung.
You should notice it. Well, I notice these small things, right? I personally notice the small things. In browsing web pages, like normal web, I go to Android Police or XDA Developers or 9to5 Google, and especially pages that you can download. Even before you download an ad blocker, it uses third-party ad blocker extensions. You can choose your own, and I just run AdGuard Content Blocker. It's free. It stays out of the way, but that's an add-in you can add on the Samsung Internet beta, the Samsung Internet browser.
So there are no add-ins on Chrome for Android? I did not know that.
Nope. So, like I said, there are trade-offs, but for performance, I feel like the Samsung Internet browser is better for me in terms of scroll and judder.
You're absolutely right.
You can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, so like just the micro tears, in Chrome is just not. So I do not know what Samsung is doing to optimize it, but that is the one I tried it. People said, "Oh, use it. It's better. It's smoother." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. It's not default. I don't." And then I used it. I'm like, "Okay, I get it." So
that's bizarre to see. Now that you've pointed that out to me, I'm not going to unnotice it. So thanks for that.
You can't. Yeah, I know. I did. That's my. I do that to people. I'm like, "Yeah, but don't you see it drops frames when you do this?" And they're like, "No, why did you tell me?"
It looks like it's. I think probably what you've said about it tearing is the best way to describe it.
It's not
bizarre.
smooth. It drops frames in the animation, in the scrolling. And Samsung has optimized their internet browser to be far. And you can use. By the way, I don't know if that fluidity transfers over, because I haven't used internet browser on let's say the Pixel, because I don't use the Pixel on a day-to-day. But I believe that the scrolling perf even transfers over to non-Samsung devices. The one thing, like I said, that is challenging is that, when you use, it's like having an iPhone and then running a Windows PC, or having a Mac and then running Android. Like, it's best if you're in the same ecosystem for that kind of stuff, because you can synchronize bookmarks and your history and all that stuff. But for the most part, I've just learned to use that specific device specifically as I treat the Android device by and large as a standalone device, and any operability would happen third party. Like if I upload something to Google or do something on Twitter, I don't do a lot of direct connections anymore. I don't do that anywhere on the home network anyway because everything is segmented. So yeah, I don't use Edge. Apart from on Windows, I use Edge because it's there and it's default. On Mac OS, I use Chrome because I find it performs better than Safari. On Android, or at least on the Samsung device, I use the Internet Beta, and I use Internet Beta if only because it has the latest build and maybe some newer features, and generally speaking, hasn't been tremendously buggy. But yeah, I wholeheartedly recommend it. Wholeheartedly. So now, just wait. Good Lock is going to be interesting to you. The theme stuff, maybe not as interesting. And when I first got into it, I was theming everything, but ultimately I found myself falling back to just the default Samsung theme I was fine with in terms of a dark mode. So I haven't done much theme tweaking as other people have. I'm very much a black screen kind of. I mean, my default wallpaper is black. It's dark. It's nothing. I don't keep wallpapers. I'm an anomaly.
Just purely from a battery saving point of view, or
it's been for battery saving and it just less annoying. Or I guess I've never really found anything that I wanted to stick with indefinitely. The only thing that I would want, and I thought they had it at one point, and maybe it's on the Pixel. I know they have it on the iPhone, but the globe that shows you like the latest, daylight and in space. I think that's kind of neat, and I would use that as a wallpaper, but I don't know if I've found a way to easily do it. I'm sure there are third-party extensions on Android, but Iran saying wallpaper engine on Steam. Get it? You love the animated lock screen wallpaper. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of that. Edge is built on Chromium, yes. Well, here's the thing. I'm on Edge on Windows, but I'm not going to put Edge on... I'm not going to use Edge on... when I've tried Edge specifically on the Samsung device, it's not as smooth. And I'm all about fluidity. Fluidity is number one for me. So if fluidity improves, I'm sure I'm going to see, random judder, in spots. But if that can be minimized, I'd be happy. How are you feeling in terms of getting in and out of apps?
It's absolutely rapid. Is this screen variable refresh rate, or is it just?
It is. It's an LTP.
Oh, it is.
It's what is it? LTPO, LPTO. Get my I can't see the acronym visually in my head right now. It goes from 1 to 120, and that should be by default.
Okay, so explain to me how that sort of works. So obviously on my computer screen, I want to be at 120 hertz all the time. Right?
All the time. You can't do that. It won't let you do that. You can't lock even in doing like an ADB shell command. Your option in display is either on or off. So it's either going to be adaptive or nothing, or you're locked at 60.
I see that.
You can't lock to 120. But I will tell you, I have not. I mean, maybe there have been issues with that, but I guess perceivably I have not noticed anything. Because I was like you, I'd rather lock at 120 personally, but there's no way of getting around it, and I don't know if I could tell you whether or not an anomaly on screen, like an animation that wasn't necessarily as fluid, was due to that. The other things that I do immediately is I turn on developer tools and then toggle animation. I drop it down to 50%. That makes things even more.
Oh, okay.
I don't wait. Samsung animations they're very graceful, and like that's fine. And unfortunately, even in changing the animation, Samsung's got their own animations in spots where things are a little more graceful than I'd want them to be. I like... So turning on developer options in...
is that in settings?
Yeah, you go to settings, and then what is it? You go to... Let's see if I can remember how to do it by memory here. Go to settings. I already have it on. About phone.
Oh, okay.
I think about phone. Okay, go to About Phone, and then Software Information, and then tap Build Number. Tap it like 5 or 10 times. And it'll say, okay, Developer Mode, or you want to turn on Developer Mode. Do your thing.
Okay, that's enabled.
And then go back in settings, and at the bottom of your settings, you'll have right above Wallpaper and Style, you'll have Developer Options at the very bottom. And then in Developer Options, you can either search for or go maybe about how far down? A little over halfway, and you'll see Window Animation Scale, Transition Animation Scale, and Animation Duration Scale. This is something you can always go back to 1x. Or you can search for like animation in Developer Options, and it'll jump you right to the section. It's in the drawing section specifically. Window, transition, and animator duration scales. And I set them from 1 to 0.5. And again, you can easily just revert back. It's like, oh, this is too fast for me. You can change them from 1 to 5. But by doing that, you'll speed up a lot of the animation transition. So instead of things launching like smooth, like shoop, it's more like shoop. You know, it's by half. You basically speed up the animations by half.
Wow,
like things just almost appear on screen like immediately. So if you're a swiper like I am, like I don't want to wait for something to finish. Like shoot, 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 shoot. I know, boop, 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 boop. I know exactly where I'm going. So you should notice that in your swipes, in any kind of animation that's not being hindered, I should say, by. Oh, you're on 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is a good example of showing in between Chrome and Samsung Internet Browser, especially when you've got an ad blocker turned on. And the one that I've been using is.
I was on 9 to 5 just a moment ago between the two browsers on one of the top articles just there. And
AdGuard. They give you a link to the AdGuard content blocker.
Is that within the add-ons itself, or do I have to go search?
If you go into internet, your internet settings, internet browser settings, and then scroll to. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? I gotta find it. Useful features? No. Where is it? No. Labs is another thing I'm gonna take you to. Web page view and scrolling? No. There are a lot. Where is it? Okay, add-ins maybe.
Is it? I've got one native here for ad blockers.
Ad blockers, yeah, ad blockers, and it'll give you suggestions like download these things and they'll work. I use AdGuard content blocker. There's also AdBlock, ABP, blah 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 blah. But the one that I went with almost immediately, the one that was recommended and has been great, has been AdGuard content blocker. It's free. It's unobtrusive.
Okay. And you reckon that will affect 9 to 5 Mac immediately?
It will.
That's very nice
because it should. And then there are a couple of other settings I'd step you through too in the internet browser. They call it just internet. You can toggle like turning on the you can you dive into the settings. You can hide the scroll bar, pull down to refresh web pages, turn on dark modes. You can toggle a lot of stuff. But the cool thing is if you go into labs, this is what I love. You can set it to use the website dark theme, which I turn on because it respects that. But I love using the system font for web pages. The current system font being Samsung 1. I use Samsung 1 as my default font because I love the Samsung 1 look, personally.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
So you can turn it on. You can toggle like hiding the status bar to give you more screen real estate when you're scrolling. Customize the menus. Choose where your address bar is, top or bottom. A lot of this stuff is relatively easy to manage. And then the next thing I was going to send you to is, well, Good Lock, certainly. That'll have you. Yeah, that's in the Samsung store. I don't think it's available in the Google Play Store. Eric's jealous of you. So am I.
One thing I'm noticing, I don't know, Chris, are you an advocate for a custom keyboard out of interest?
You know, I don't use the Samsung keyboard. That's one thing that I have not used natively,
Yeah.
and I've thought about it, but I use Gboard and I've been pretty happy with it
Okay.
personally.
I'm fairly certain on this one that this is SwiftKey, and I've been using
No.
that since before Microsoft bought it.
No, I don't. I think it's
This
the
is-
same.
this
I think it defaults, but it should default.
Sorry, this is my existing phone.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain that says Microsoft SwiftKey at the bottom, and I've been using that
Okay.
since back in the day, because I believe, and I could be completely wrong here, that the Samsung keyboard back in the S9 days wouldn't allow you to do this.
All right.
And
See,
I've
Eric,
just-
I'm with you. I'll be getting mine on. Hey, you know what? We should do unboxings together. If everybody will coordinate, anybody who's getting their ultras, we'll coordinate the unboxings together.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's right. So Good Lock will also allow you. Well, I think they'll help you make your own keyboard design.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not sure, but again, I have not. That's one area I have not yet explored. I've been really happy with Gboard. It feels clean. It's fluid. Feels native as anything. I basically had not used. And honestly, I couldn't even tell you. The only I don't use the Good Lock, or sorry, I don't use the Samsung keyboard, or I don't use Gboard on my Samsung tablet because I noticed it caused problems with screen doing weird things, or the web browser doing weird things in Dex mode using Gboard. So I defaulted to the Samsung app. So uncached, you should see if with an app you haven't opened yet, which one, if it opens any faster, especially like a bulky app.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a bunch of stuff to install here.
Yeah,
I'm Discord so I can
yeah.
send the pictures and whatnot that I've done there between the 12 megapixel and the 200 megapixel. I've just taken a picture of my G Pro mouse, for example.
Great. Well, your
yeah,
macro
good.
shot should be better too.
Yeah, well, if anyone has any suggestions what they'd like to see, sort of between the phones, between the various lenses and whatnot on the camera, then let me know. Obviously, bear in mind I'm in the UK and it's night time now, so I can't go and get any decent outside shots. But then again,
Right.
we're
Well,
all about low light,
night
aren't
mode.
we?
Yeah, night mode.
Yeah.
That's a thing, and that's one thing that
That's a good suggestion.
Samsung definitely could have improved on over this S22. It's been fine in a pinch, but I haven't been impressed with it. Google is the only one that I've been impressed with low light shots. With the original night sight, that was the one that just blew me away. That was the hardest thing. So the swipes, you're not. I don't know. Facebook is another heavy load. Facebook would probably, if and when that loads, would probably be a big deal. So another thing that you can do in Good Lock is you can. My favorite part of Good Lock is, well, I mean, you can tweak. When you get into it, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole because you can tweak so many different things. But I use Home Up. Home Up allows you to customize different elements on your home screen. Like you can pack more icons in. You can change sorting stuff, like your folder grid, different pop-up folder options.
Am I grabbing Good Look from the Galaxy Store or the Galaxy Shop? Galaxy Store.
Yeah, there's so many Galaxy apps I uninstall immediately. You can also, and this is something that I had for a bit, but there was an anomaly in the newer version of Android. Like you can change in Good Lock, you can change your task changer, but the problem is since the new version, I used to like the task changer where it didn't have the full screen of each particular open app. That used to be my favorite, but then with Android 13, now when I swipe up, the screen kind of flashes, and I don't like that anomaly at all. So I basically had to turn off. I had to turn that off. It just drove me nuts. The screen like glitches real quick when I have the non-default task changer. So I had to turn that off, which was unfortunate because I love the task changer changing capabilities. It may be different for you, but so Good Lock has modules, right? And you can install different modules that will help you do this, that, and the other thing that you might be interested in doing. I'm sure there's even more I could do to what it is that I have, because I don't even tweak the lock screen. I don't use Keys Cafe, which is the create your own keyboard. I have not moved beyond the Gboard app yet. Maybe I'll give it a shake. Maybe I'll give it a fair shake.
So I have to grab one of these modules to sit and customize.
So okay, so if you open Good Lock, it'll give you it'll also give you the list. But yeah, Home Up is a good place to start. It's pretty simple. It gives you different launcher capabilities. There, anything can be undone. If they did a better, I think Theme Park, I feel, needs to be updated a tiny bit because it's not exactly. There are some, not glitches, but it's not as usable as it could be. Some of the things, these are like unofficial first-party hacks, if you will.
Okay.
So they're not always elegant, but they allow you to turn on different features.
Okay, so is that this? Oh no, it's at the top now, right? Okay, I was just looking for it as if it was an app.
It is.
So home up. Here we go. Right. The thing that's interested me is more apps on the main screen, because I'm a single home screen kind of guy.
Right.
Oh, I see. So I can sort of customize the grid.
Right. So
Wow.
you got more customization options than you had before.
Yeah, that's great.
You can even do sorting differently too, which is what I had done. The task changer.
Is when it says app screen grid there? Is that the actual? Is that this? That's not talking about the home. Is that talking about? Is this the app? This would be the app screen, I assume.
The app screen grid. Yeah, that's the app screen is your drawer. Where all the apps.
And that's the one where I'm swiping up here.
That's the app screen. Yeah, home
Okay.
screen is your default.
Wow.
So you can change the grid independently. Your favorites
wow.
max count.
You see, that's so much better. I don't know. Even ever since the iPhone days, I've always hated this.
Yep. So you can change that there.
Favorites? I didn't even know there was a favorites section.
So I don't know where that pulls in. You can change your apps list to a different style.
Apps list. Oh, change the style. Okay. Scroll during drag. Create a folder. Okay.
So be careful about what you might toggle here. I mean, because
Yeah.
I mean, you can always undo it, but like sometimes remembering where you undid it, especially with new experience, can throw you off. But since you're familiar with the launcher, you might know, oh, this is where I do this is where I do that.
Do you know what? I'm getting vibes to the old. I'm not sure if you ever did this with your iPhones, but the just essentially like jailbreaking an iPhone.
Yep.
That's this level of customizability here.
Yep.
I had no. So my phone's had good luck all this time. My Note has had.
It had the features, yeah. You
Wow.
had good luck. And some people, like I said, they customize it. They go down the rabbit hole. But I just learned, apart from when I was messing with theming, and I just could not get everything to look as clean as I wanted. Ultimately, I just stuck with the default Samsung theme, and I was fine. I might actually give, at least for a little while, I might try using the Samsung keyboard over Gboard. It's just I was so used to to Gboard, and it's autocorrect and everything. I just never even thought of using Samsung's.
I think that's a lot of the reason as to why I stuck with SwiftKey for so long, just because it was what I was used to.
Yeah, that's why I use Gboard. I mean,
I don't even know. It's like just this keyboard layout is just so ever so subtly different, and I have made a million typos on it already.
Yep.
So, for example, here is what I'm using. So on the left is my Note, and on the right is the S23. Just that tiny bit of. I mean, it looks like it's fairly similarly sized, but it's actually not.
Yeah. See, screen-wise, I mean, you definitely got. You should be getting like minor bumps. You'll notice it when you go out in daylight too.
Yeah.
Because the screen will brighten up in bright light, so you can actually operate it.
That's
a big
I've
deal.
got some quite bright downlights here, which I thought would be useful for the recording.
So you can go in.
Wow.
Another thing in Good Lock is Quick Star. So I love Quick Star because you can style your own quick panel if you want, like with potentially different themes, or
Under good lock, and then sorry, which is that still under home up? That one, sorry?
yeah. So it's a home up module, Quick Star, and what you can do is you can change the visibility of indicator icons. So what I do is I just basically have like my wireless settings in the upper right. I turn off like battery or speed increase or whatever. I have all my.
You don't see the battery. Interesting.
No, I don't. I don't watch the battery because usually I have it like if the phone's off and on the desk, I'll see a battery indicator at the bottom, 87%. Okay, so I know I'm good. But when I'm staring at the screen, I don't want to stare at the battery. What I'll do, if I need to see the battery and I'm on screen, I'll swipe down and it'll show me the battery. But it's a way to reclaim real estate. So this is the again, this is the Quick Star module. Visibility of icons.
Quick
I turn off the NFC.
Was that under home up?
No, not under home up. It's a different module in Good Lock. So if
Okay.
you open Good Lock and look for
Lockstar, here we go, yeah.
Lockstar. Quick Star, sorry, not Lockstar. Quick Star. Again, remember, these are all like unofficial, made by Samsung employees, but not official Samsung products. But they're used very heavily by the people like us.
This is all new to me. I'm thoroughly interested.
Changing, you can even change the density, showing the quick button grid, so you can change the density of those icons. So currently in my icons, I've got like 6 across, 3 down, rather than 4 across, 3 down, so I can pack in more icons on the swipe down screen.
That's neat.
That helps. Toggling show notifications by last update. So there are different ways of organizing different things, right? Then the setting, and you can change your clock settings, like show date in the status bar, like so you can turn it on to actually show the date in your status bar constantly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Show AM, PM.
Yeah.
Turn off the time. Well, no, sorry, you can't turn off but you can turn on seconds when you're swiping down.
Yeah, I can get rid of it completely.
Show AM, PM. Like you can position it back on the right, your clock. You can hide it altogether.
Wow.
So that's in Quick Star. I have it on because I do use it in the upper right. It's like just like I have the status icons. Like I have that.
And then how you got the more of the
density?
the icons, was that under quick panel?
Yeah, so it was under, I think it was show quick button grid.
Under quick, is that quick panel there? Oh no, that seems to be just offering me themes.
Yeah, it is. Hang on. I thought if I toggle show quick button grid in Quick Star, you got to be in Quick Star. Show quick button grid.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you swipe down your notification panel, now if you go, I think to button grid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Button grid. Now you can increase. There you go. So you can go wide to narrow. You see?
That's
you feel me?
So much
So
better.
now you've got so much more information at your fingertips without swiping everywhere.
Yeah. That's so much
So
better.
that's your button grid. But go to visibility in Quick Start. Go to visibility of indicator icons. Just like Eric says, there's so much you can do.
Yeah. Under visibility of indicator.
Visibility of.
Yeah.
So this is where you can turn off the expanded panel showing network information in the center of the screen with the panel expanded, which I already know. I'm not worried about that. Show network information on the lock screen, show network information on the idle, or toggle your system icon. So this is where I turn off the battery icon.
Okay.
I turn off NFC. I turn off Bluetooth. These are the icons. I don't need to be reminded that I have Bluetooth on because I usually do. I just don't need the icon right up there. You know what I'm saying? So I just,
Yeah.
I don't personally do that. If I need to do it, I'll swipe down. That's usually where I toggle everything.
That's fairly
Is in the
useful.
swipe down.
Do you still have? So you've got the battery icon off. Have you
I
still
do personally.
Have you got the battery percentage showing on yours? Or do you have that off as well?
No, I have the battery. I have the percentage toggled on, but I only see the battery percentage when I have the notification icon shade pulled down.
Ah, okay. Yes. Oh, I see. So what I'm enabling here. So home screen. Show network information on. Oh, hold on. So you're saying that when you've got it off on everything apart from when you pull down.
Right.
Okay. Show network information. Okay.
You got me?
Yeah. I can't see where to change that bit though.
So what are you looking for?
So you mentioned that you can. So I feel that'd be quite useful. Only seeing relevant information when I want to see it.
Yeah.
But so when I pull down, I can see my battery and whatnot there.
Yeah.
Did you say that that's under style?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry,
Visibility.
visibility.
Oh, for the percentage. If you want to toggle percentage versus the battery icon, that's a regular system setting. So open up.
Oh, okay.
Your regular system setting, and then more battery settings. Show battery percentage. I think that's the toggle.
Oh yes.
There.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I'm
great.
pretty sure-
So yeah. So when I'm putting down now, I get the percentage.
I think that's how it would work,
Yeah.
or at least that's the way I've toggled it before, and it's set there. Show charging information, show battery level and estimated time. That's default battery settings. I also set my processing speed to maximum. I don't mess in battery. It's always maximum. I turn on maximum, and then there's also processing speed in your drop down, or your notification, your panel. There's a processing speed icon. I always turn that on. Always, always, always.
Is that? Did you say that's under here? I'll see that.
It should be processing speed. If not, edit the grid.
Yeah. Let's see.
It should be in there. Absolutely should be in there.
Do I have that already on? Pretty sure. I am not.
Does that make sense?
That. Yeah, I am not seeing that.
Really? You should be seeing a processing speed. It's like a speedometer icon. Yeah, okay, so all right, so here's the shortcut to it. In battery, in your system settings, open up battery care. You're already in there. And then choose, oh God bless America. Choose battery device care. And then, no, not battery device care. How did I get to it before? Now I'm like looking for it. If I search for battery and then open the battery subsettings, you'll get like the battery readout, like the life battery. Yeah. And then scroll to, I turn off power saving, which is off there.
Yeah.
I see more battery settings.
Yeah.
And then there's your battery percentage toggle if you want, but you already have it set the way I wouldn't mess with it. Processing speed. What does it say?
I genuinely am not sit. Am I going blind?
Second option. The second option.
Oh,
yours is different. Interesting. Okay, so that's different. So for me it says processing speed. Click the performance profile. That may have changed. Standard. Really? Did they nuke it? No way.
Should I see if my note has that option?
I'm wondering, because I have processing speed maximum.
Let's see. They definitely didn't put an Exynos chip in this, right, chat?
No, I mean,
it's a Snapdragon globally, right?
Wait, yeah, because I don't know how I got that. I don't know how. Is this gone? I'm gonna have to share this on social because, like, is this gone? Standard. See, I don't have standard or light. I have optimized high or maximum processing speed.
Okay.
Interesting.
So the Note has enhanced processing.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that. Interesting. So I'm looking. I don't know.
Okay, so Thomas Carter says his is the same on his Fold 4.
Yeah,
I
but
suppose that this is region related. For what
I don't
reason,
know.
though?
Well, we'll find out. But I don't. That's not my screen. I have. At least what I have is processing speed maximum, best for short-term use with processing intensive apps. Uses battery rapidly. I wonder. Yeah, cause see, I don't have the performance profile. That may have been something they adjusted. Hey, let me check something else here. If I go into I am curious. Menu not currently available. What do you mean menu not currently available? Okie dokie. It's weird how sometimes I know I can get into something, then I go into get into something, and then I can't. Interesting.